What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns goofing off with Michael DeSanta, and I thought today would be a good opportunity for us to talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. You heard correctly, your ears do not deceive you. Grand Theft Auto 5, not Grand Theft Auto Online. So, nothing much else is going on today. No big stories have come out. The only thing that's really happening in Grand Theft Auto Online right now is the Humane Labs raid double score week. So, I thought it would be a great opportunity, since there's nothing else going on, to discuss possible story ideas for a Grand Theft Auto 5 story DLC. And you're more than welcome to chime in with your views, your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas below in the comments section. Now, GTA 5 officially came to last-gen consoles of 360 and PlayStation 3 in September 2013. Then on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 in November 2014, and finally on PC in April 2015. And a month before that, in March, Heist finally came to Grand Theft Auto Online. In other words, everything else has been taken care of. All the big stuff. Grand Theft Auto 5 is on all 5 platforms. And with Heist now officially on all 5 platforms too, as of March and April 2015, it's time for the next big thing from Rockstar, which I believe is going to be a story DLC. Now, to be honest, most of us have no idea what the story DLC is going to entail because we have no confirmed information from Rockstar. So everything we talk about today is pure speculation, thoughts, ideas on what you and I would like to see in a story DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5. FYI, there will be some spoilage going on concerning the main story of Grand Theft Auto 5. In the event that you have not played Grand Theft Auto 5 or completed it, there will be spoilers. You have been warned. So my first idea regarding a story DLC is what I call Idea A, which follows the events of Option C, Death Wish, The Third Way, in which Michael, Franklin, and Trevor all survive. This DLC I'm envisioning taking place sometime later, be it a few months or years, maybe 1 or 2 years have passed, basically picking up where the 3 protagonists left off. They probably each have their own little issues going on. Michael's marriage and family, Franklin's dealings with Lamar and Tanisha, and Trevor doing what Trevor does at the strip club or with TP Enterprises. And then, of course, the bottom falls out. That's right, the ramifications from everything that transpired in the story. Retaliation from several groups, the Triads, Ballas, Lost MC, the Aztecas, even the IAA being led by Karen, aka Michelle, as well as perhaps even the head of Merryweather, Don Percival. Now, this could be a coordinated effort, or they could each be working individually or allied with this group and that group. A massive retaliation against the 3 main characters, forcing them to flee. Perhaps some of the secondary characters that are close to the 3 get kidnapped, like Lamar or Tanisha for Franklin, Amanda, Jimmy, or Tracy for Michael. To be honest, I don't think Trevor would really care if Ron, Wade, or Chef got kidnapped or killed, but whatever events take place at the beginning of the story DLC, forcing Michael, Trevor, and Franklin to regroup and flee to a fully realized version of the North Yankton map, which I'm imagining to be about half the size of the San Andreas map in Grand Theft Auto 5 and Online. Now, what would be really cool is there was also some added incentive from the story DLC, whatever it happens to be, where if you purchase the story DLC, you also get access to additional items like new clothing, vehicles, weapons for Grand Theft Auto Online, and maybe, just maybe, if we get North Yankton in Story Mode DLC, maybe we can also go to North Yankton with our protagonist characters in Grand Theft Auto Online on last and current gen consoles. That would just be really cool and a lot of fun. Plus, it would be a new place to go, explore, buy property, do missions, and carry out all sorts of fun mayhem in Grand Theft Auto Online throughout the North Yankton map. Plus, it would be extra motivation as well as extra incentive for the gamers that strictly play Grand Theft Auto Online to purchase a story DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5. It not only expands Grand Theft Auto 5's story, but it also gives gamers on Grand Theft Auto Online a little something extra as well, be it new clothing, weapons, vehicles, or perhaps, just perhaps, a brand new location. Now we move on to idea number 2 regarding a story DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5, which is very similar to the DLCs that came with Grand Theft Auto 4, The Lost and the Damned, and The Ballad of Gay Tony. I'm envisioning perhaps spin-off DLCs revolved around other characters that you came across and interacted with in the story for Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, for example, maybe instead of having Michael, Trevor, and Franklin working together again, they each three split up and they go on their own separate DLCs. Like, for example, Lamar and Franklin team up with, say, CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Even though San Andreas was set in the 3D universe and back in the 90s, maybe CJ returns. Maybe it's a way for Rockstar to finally tie the two universes together, which I think they should do. And so Lamar, Franklin, and an older CJ, which I am calling the Family's DLC. What you do is you go in with Lamar, Franklin, and CJ. You start rebuilding your numbers in the families, all the different gangs. You start uniting them together. And the final act of the DLC is to take back Grove Street from the Ballas. Now, what I'm envisioning for Trevor is a TPI DLC where you have Trevor, Wade, Chef, Ron, probably not Ron as one of the playable characters, but they're working together to really build up TPI along with the strip club in Los Santos. They're having to, run weapons. They're having to, sell drugs. They're having to deal with threats from other gangs and cartels, and really just build up TPI in order to make it the ultimate criminal underground corporation in the southern San Andreas region. There could be a lot of nods to Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy, as well as other very popular criminal shows and movies. I would imagine that this would be the more over-the-top, silly, wacky, crazy DLC. Now, moving over to Michael's spin-off DLC, you get Michael, you have Paige and Eddie Toh, which were involved in numerous heists throughout story mode. Plus, they make appearances in Grand Theft Auto Online heist missions along with Lester. So you're going to have a next-gen heist DLC where basically Lester and Michael just have the taste from doing all these previous heists. They want to keep it going. He can't stop. He can't help himself. He's kind of addicted to the heist, the score, the adrenaline, the planning, and all that stuff. While it might not be necessarily about the money, maybe Michael needs to raise some funds for this movie idea he has, and the only way that Solomon Richards will sign off on it if he has a certain amount of dollars in order to get the project underway. And Paige and Eddie obviously could use some money as well. Michael teams up with Paige and Eddie, or maybe some other characters. Maybe you can pick which characters you work with, and they go off doing new heist missions. Perhaps one at Los Santos International, paying homage to the infamous Lotanza heist, which played a key role in the Goodfellas movie. A few other good places for heists, obviously the casino, the Maze Bank in downtown LS, and maybe over there at the Playboy-esque mansion in Rockford Hills. My third and final DLC idea revolves around a parallel universe, alternative story, similar to Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare, pitting the main protagonists of Grand Theft Auto 5 against a zombie or alien invasion. Each one fighting off the baddies in their own areas. Sooner or later, they all team up and they begin this big, massive guerrilla war to retake Los Santos, Blaine County, from the alien, zombie, clown invaders, involving some pretty awesome content like some retro or crazy weapons, clothing, wardrobe, which you could also get for Grand Theft Auto Online as an extra incentive for buying a zombie alien invasion DLC, which would have nothing to do with the story of Grand Theft Auto 5. It will just be kind of like a side story. It exists in its own universe. But I would personally prefer an alien invasion to a zombie invasion because zombies have been done to death. Or undeath in their case.